Oh my God.
Okay, I want those lips down. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Whew, sorry about that. I had to put the entire smash on that. All right. So, I guess it's just a random thought I was having. Turn that down just a little bit. That's good. Okay. So, a random thought I was having. I think that's better. I hope it's not too loud. Ooh, I like feeling the vibrations. Binaural beats are so soothing to listen to. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love jamming out to my Muzak, but for a more calm atmosphere, a binaural beat really helps to relax you. At least it relaxes me. I can meditate easier, and yoga becomes that much more awesome. And I allow my mind to just go. That's what I was doing when I had the random thought about my life up until this point. I know that I've made my share of mistakes in many different situations. You name it. I won't say everything because, well, the point I'm trying to make, which is despite all of those situations and each of those situations and thereafter, I just didn't repeat that mistake. I didn't repeat. Are these too dark? I just didn't repeat my mistakes. So if I don't want to say what they are, I don't want to say like if I happen to have had sticky fingers on a regular basis and things stuck to my hands as I left stores.
Catch my drift.
Like that stuff. I mean, there were a couple close calls, but I stopped. Like I realized, like, I don't know, it was just kind of like a damn, what are you doing type situation. Stop. And so I just did. I mean, and I'm not saying this to put down anyone who may have a serious problem with that. I mean, I just hope that you get the help that you need. But I think my help came through my many trials and tribulations, if you will. See, when I think back on all the mistakes that I've made, I then can't help but notice that my life in that time and a little bit after all those mistakes was rough. I just went through a whole lot of shit. And I even had those moments where I was questioning why me, and sometimes it would just be revealed. Like I would just remember what I did to get me to that point, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that's on me. I feel like my ability and my desire really not to repeat my same mistakes is and has been rewarded. When I look in my life now and I honestly can see how blessed I am, I can't help but feel like since God is our Father, He's my Father anyway, and I am His child, I can't help but feel like as He is watching me make all these mistakes, but then seeing me learn and not doing it again, and after so many times or whatever, He's like really just up there peeping like, okay, I see you almost made that mistake again. But you didn't. All right, I see you. Here's an answered prayer. Like, okay, she's not messing up. Okay, she stopped doing that too. Here's another answered prayer. Like, okay, you need help with that. Okay, but you help them. Situations like that. I feel like God is honestly watching and seeing what I'm doing and is rewarding me and has been rewarding me for it through just random acts of necessity and kindness. Some people are just plain nice to me, put emphasis on some, and sometimes an issue financially or what have you, it just gets resolved, and I see not only the solution, but I see the long run plan afterwards. I'm just like, oh wow, that really was the best choice. Okay, cool. I'm just like, okay, I'm blessed. This is nice. I guess all this to say that I understand there are a lot of you out there who have unanswered prayers, and you are good people. I put emphasis on that. And if you have to question what a good person is, you probably aren't one, or what it takes to be a good person. Because the good people that I'm thinking of are the ones who just are. They don't have to think about it. They don't have to, at least not always, require some type of direct order to do it. They just want to do good. They see a homeless person and they want to help. They give them something, whether it's just a conversation or whatever they have in their pocket. They do it because they want to. They see trash out on a street or something like that, within easy reach of them, they pick it up and toss it away. A neighbor is in pain or in trouble, and they just help. A friend is in need, a relative is in need for something. I mean, we all need something, right? And it's nice to have that type of person to call on, but not to abuse. And unfortunately, you feel that way probably often, that your good nature is often being used and taken advantage of. And this is when you question God. Okay, why me? Like, I'm a good person, and I feel like I'm praying and I'm asking for, for guidance, for protection sometimes, for knowledge, just the wisdom so that you can push through, and you're just not getting it. Or you're asking for a friend, you're asking for a lover, you want a companion of some sort, and you're just not getting it. Keep being a good person. Just keep going. I'm positive you may have heard that before, but I really mean it. I can honestly say I get it now. I am now 29. I'll be 30 this year, which is awesome. And I honestly have the life that I expected, for the most part, for me right now. Or I should say that I hoped for. Not expected. I absolutely hoped for this, and I actually have it. So I guess I am living proof that prayers from good people do not go unanswered. It just takes time. I can understand now, looking back, why it took the time it did for me to reach this point, because there were so many lessons that I had to learn, so many people that I had to deal with in order to get to this point and understand. It's like I've learned and gained more patience and wisdom and knowledge, hell, and understanding in the past 5 years, as to say, alone, than I have in the past maybe decade. So yeah, it depends on your path and your choices. I can see back then, I can see now, and I can see some back then right away that I made some bad choices. If you come to that situation, just don't do it. Like, listen to your intuition. Just try. Some say that our intuition is really the Holy Spirit whispering guidance into our ears. We just have to be still enough to hear them. And when I say still, I don't necessarily mean not moving, but it helps. If you are the type who likes to meditate, such as myself, try that. Just sit still for a few minutes, thinking about your concern or your prayer or issue or whatever, not obsessing on it, but just thinking it through. Think about the situation in its entirety and listen. You will either answer your own questions or you will hear that voice. And I don't literally mean voices, people. If you do, I don't know. I don't know about that one. But just listen to your thoughts. You'll start to piece things together. Oh, wait, that isn't a good idea. Never mind. Or, ooh, shit, that was wrong. I should not do that again. Or, ooh, hold on, I missed an opportunity. Let me go back and fix that. Like, just listen to your thoughts when you are in a nice meditative state. And I strongly suggest listening to a binaural beat. And you'll know what to do, right? And just stick with it. If ever you are uneasy or feel unsettled about a situation or your decision on a situation, then go back and rethink about it. Remember, and try, or at least try to remember, nothing we said or have done, I guess within reason, it depends, we can't undo or at least make right. Again, within reason, because I'd like to, there are some things that a person can do that's just plain unforgivable. We're not talking about that. But what I'm talking about in interpersonal situations and or friendships or whatever, yeah, you said something messed up or whatever, or you've made a bad decision in some situation. These things you can go back and go, okay, I messed up. I'm sorry. Let me fix it. And honestly, fix it. Don't repeat it. Fix it and move on. That will, before you know it, be the reason for an answered prayer somewhere down the line. So, yeah. Any thoughts?
Nah, man.
Yeah. Was I rambling?
No.
Okay.
That's.
What the fuck? This burger up. But
You touched on such a.
okay. Thanks for listening.